Okay guys, so now we're going to work on efficiency. Efficiency is going to tell us how well a machine is going to work, how much work we can get out of it. Okay, some are going to be more efficient, some are going to be less efficient. So the output work done by a machine will never exceed the input work. And this is basically due to friction. Okay, a lot of this energy is going to be lost in the form of heat, which can't be used. This is why we use grease and oil on machinery, to try to increase the efficiency. Okay, efficiency of a machine is just the ratio of the output work to the input work. So that's why we're going to make it as a percent. All right, so here's the equation. Once again, it's one of those ones where we do the output work first and then the input work. So we're going to take the output work, divide it by the input work, and as we've talked about before, work is calculated in joules. Then we're going to multiply it by 100 and then add percent to it. We're not going to multiply it by 100% because that does something that we don't want, and I'll explain that here in a minute. So let's try this first one here. And this is the actual equation. So if you're going to write this down, this is what it is. Efficiency equals the work out, or output work, over the work in, or the input work. So let's do this first one. Once again, input then output. It almost seems like they're trying to confuse you, but it's just the way it's written. So we're going to take the right-hand side, divide it by the left-hand side. So let's do that here. We'll take 72 divided by 85. Okay, and that's going to give us 0.847. Okay, so far so good. Now we're going to do this. Multiply it by 100. And that gives us 84.7. Are we done? Right, we're not done. We have to add the percent sign. Okay, so percent. 84.7%. Not bad. Okay, so let's do another one. 57 divided by 66 equals 0.863. Okay, and then we're going to multiply that by 100, and that's 86.3%. All right, so look at the rest of these. You got 3 more. Go ahead and pause the video, write these down, try to figure them out, and then when you start it back up, we'll do them together. All right, so go ahead and pause the video. All right, so I assume you got all these done, so let's go over them together. Okay, now 74 divided by 97 equals 0.762. Okay, then we're going to multiply that by 100. It's 76.2%. Now the reason why we multiply it by 100 and not 100% is if we take 0.762 and multiply it by 100%, what are we going to get? 0.762. So that's why we multiply it by 100 and then put the percentage after it. Okay, with this next one, just looking at those numbers, 43 and you're going to divide by 45, can you think of how it's going to turn out? Do you think it's going to be a high number or a low number? Okay, it's going to be a high number because they're so close. So let's try it out and see what we get. So 43 divided by 45 equals 0.955. Okay, and then we multiply that by 100 and we get 95.5%. Okay, last one. So 21 divided by 27 equals 0.777. Okay, multiply it by 100. I don't even know why I'm using the calculator, it's obvious. So it's 77.7%. But I use the calculator for each one of them, just like I expect you to use the calculator for each of them. Even though you might know it, double check it with the calculator because you don't want to get a wrong answer. You know, mistakes happen, I understand that. So just double check it with the calculator. Okay, so this is just the efficiency equation. Not too bad, okay? Once you get through it and you figure this stuff out and you've walked through it a couple times, you're going to do fine, okay? So thanks for coming. See you next time.